It's Dr. Sam Robbins. Today I'm going to discuss what the systolic and diastolic, blood pressure numbers are and what's the ideal number. Now, I talk a lot about the importance of having proper blood pressure numbers, not only because I have a family history of hypertension and heart disease, but also because high blood pressure is known as the silent killer. You see, there's no real symptoms to warn you. And surprisingly, 1/3 of adults over the age of 20 have high blood pressure. So the problem starts early. And the older we get, the worse the problems become. For example, over 60% of the population over the age of 65 has high blood pressure. And for women, it's even worse because of menopause. Sadly, 70% of the population doesn't even know they have high blood pressure, which greatly increases your risk of death by 43% in addition to other health ailments. Now, before I give you the ideal blood pressure numbers, let's first talk about what the numbers even mean. All right, so the top number, also known as a systolic, refers to the amount of pressure in your arteries during the contraction of your heart muscle. And the bottom number, the diastolic, refers to the blood pressure when your heart muscle is in between beats. So when your heart contracts, that's a systolic, and when it releases, that's a diastolic. And both numbers are important in determining the state of your heart health. Now, numbers greater than the ideal range indicate that your heart is actually working too hard to pump blood to the rest of your body. Now, this obviously puts more stress on your heart as well as your veins, blood vessels, and arteries. In fact, this also puts more pressure on your brain as well. So the question is, what's the ideal range? So here's a quick chart, an image of the blood pressure levels. Now, as you can see, anything in the red that's over 140 over 190 is considered high blood pressure. And that yellow, the greenish light zone is better, but it's still a problem. The ideal range is in that dark green, which is less than 120 over 80. And I actually prefer around 110 over 70 or 115 over 75. Now, the reason I like it lower is because studies have found that the lower than 120, the systolic top number, has caused 43% lower risk of cardiovascular death, 38% lower heart failure, 27% less deaths, 25% lower deaths from the first heart attacks, 17% lower heart attacks in general, and also 11% lower strokes. So the lower is better as long as you feel fine, and preferably done naturally through specific diet, exercise, and supplements. So if you want to live longer, right, lower your blood pressure levels to 120 over 80 or lower. And it's a huge benefit and a necessity for total health. And I would skip the drugs and try to do it naturally, again, with diet, exercise, and supplements. And this is really important if you're over the age of 40 because lots of clinical evidence show that aging is a major contributing factor to hypertension because of changes in your hormones. Like I said, this is a very important topic to me personally because I have a family history of it. Now, below this video in the description area, I've got 2 links for you to visit, and you'll discover proven, simple, and easy ways to lower your blood pressure naturally. So make sure you take a look right now while it's fresh on your mind. Well, that's it for today. I hope this video gave you more clarity. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share the help with others so they can benefit as well. Also, do me a favor and please leave your comments and questions below. And make sure you visit the links below in the description area about simple, easy, and fast ways of lowering your blood pressure naturally. And please do this now while it's fresh on your mind. As always, thanks for listening and have a happy and healthy day.